Welcome, everyone. I'm Leslie Robinson, creator of the 5-Minute Facilitator. Welcome to Learning Styles. I remember a day when I was still a very new teacher. I was at the top of my game, by the way, and I was pretty great and had long waiting lists, and people were rearranging their lives to come and take classes from me. So, my ego was pretty happy about it all. But I had this one student, one of the really super smart ones in the class. And I handed back her paper, and she was some angry with me. And she said, "This isn't fair. You didn't teach us this." She threw the paper down in front of me. It's like, well, I knew that I had, but she still got it wrong. So what was happening? It was in that moment that my internal learner kicked in. I was still new. And if I had known then what I know now, I could have prevented that. I actually could have, but I didn't know it then. So by the end of today's session, this class, you will be able to choose at least one facilitation technique for each of 3 learning styles. How comfortable are you with that now? What is your degree of confidence in using learning styles as you design and deliver workshops? Not at all? Some? Oh yeah, I got this. Lots. Well, back to my story. I was in shock. And I learned very quickly that because I teach does not guarantee that they learn. This was one of the first times that I actually paid attention to them instead of just me with my content, getting it all organized. What was I going to wear? All of that stuff. Was I going to be on time? But something more was very much afoot. So learners learn through their own filters. And there are many different kinds of learning styles inventories that one can work with, and I have worked with most of them anyway. And for the 5-Minute Facilitator, I choose the visual, the auditory, and the kinesthetic, the VAK. And I invite you now to bring your internal learner forward. How do you like to learn? So, the visual learners tend to like the slides, the PowerPoints, no more than 5 words on 5 lines, you know that, 5 by 5. They often like handouts, a graphic, the statistics, something that's simple, but something that they can read, videos. They like flip charts, colors. And in this case, my student was a visual learner. Next are the auditory learners. They like to have the lecture, the podcast. They want to hear the voice. They want music to pep them up, calm them down, storytelling. Love the storytelling. They love guided visualization when they get to close their eyes and just listen to the voice. And I'm an auditory learner. So 2 different things happening with my student and myself. The third learning style is kinesthetic, the K. These are the physical folks who want to demonstrate, they want to practice, they want to explore with props, they want to get up and do a gallery walk. They want to stretch and they want to dance, they want to wiggle. My tourism students, 99% of them were like this. And there they were in their classes, and I could tell because they were always doing this and they were rocking back and forth. So I would bring in 3D jigsaw puzzles of tourist attractions like the Eiffel Tower and Big Ben and things like that. And then they would just do that, and then they were happy. Then they were able to listen and hear and discuss. So We often, not always, but we often teach to our own learning style. And so we need to stretch so that we can reach all learners. And the cool thing is, if you really listen or watch your learners, they are always indicating what their learning style is. Try this one out. The visual goes, oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. That looks good. The auditory goes, oh, I hear you. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Right? The kinesthetic goes, yeah, that feels right. Yeah, I have a sense of that. We're always communicating. We just have to know what the language is. And so, using your learning objective, choose one activity for each learning style. This is what we set up for in the learning objective, and now is your chance. So visual, auditory, kinesthetic. And moving along, this is completing the session on learning styles. For those continuing on, maybe use this time to design, draw, create, describe props to support each learning style. Like flesh out your learning objective so that you will be able to get to the visual, the auditory, and the kinesthetic learner. And moving along, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your current level of confidence to implement what you have learned in learning styles? 1 is poor, 10 is, I got this one. All right. So now we've taken a look at climate setting agreements and learning styles. Next up, group dynamics, moving on to feedback. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.